on
Slam
Slam
Band!
Oh, Slam Band.
Me too.
It just lagged out for me, so it was like breaking up for me.
Oh no, it's perfect.
Oh,
I love it.
no.
Oh,
That was perfect.
It's like
You
extra
see why I'm
special.
worried? You see why I'm worried that their memories will kill me?
Listen, my memory kills me every day, so I'm sorry, man. I can't promise you anything.
Off to a fabulous start.
All right.
So I will give you one other piece of information that you, I think, lost in your summaries. That the reason you are going to John's house is because you need something to track. In the same way that you would give like a bloodhound like an article of clothing, you need to give Magnus some way to follow the path, so to speak. You don't have.
You need to get his stink.
Yes, exactly. You weren't able to get anything off the body because there was just nothing there, which is part of the weirdness. So I think the logic was we'll go to the house, we'll pick up what we can, and then we will
Thank you, Steve.
dream it, live it, be it.
You need to find his metaphysical stank.
Yes, exactly.
Can I title this episode that?
I think we got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
I think I have to.
Great episode title. Also, new band name, I call it.
Yep, there you go. That's a good band name. That's true.
It'd be something like awful and metal, like Bloodhound for the Soul or something, and you're just like, what the
I think Metaphysical Stank would be like like the stranger, like Camus set to music. I feel like thus spoke Zarathustra, metal and with words.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
I guess if I recall correctly, we left off with everybody. I think you were all going to meet together at John's. I think it was Vivian and Jan were still at the house, and then Erica, Tad, and Magnus had gone to Erica's to do the research. And I think the two of your two groups were gonna converge.
Because were we going to try and get John's daughter?
Yes,
Physical stank.
Harry.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
like
His
to
granddaughter.
let us in. Yeah.
Yes. And you had already met her and inadvertently, I guess, shattered her worldview on the same day as her beloved grandfather's funeral.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
We
Sounds
like
about
us.
right.
are-
Sounds like
Showed her the real
Yep.
face of death, just to...
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's amazing
I
she's
think-
not catatonic.
Didn't you give her your dogs?
Yeah, I gave her the dogs.
Not like permanently, not permanently.
Not
Yeah,
permanently,
you
no. Just
load
because she
her.
was feeling very shaky and
Yeah.
yeah.
Was
I
it
think it was
both dogs or
Ashland.
just one dog?
I gave her Ashland.
Great name. Yes. I gotcha. Excellent. Then do you have anything that you want to do in your respective locations before we get in the car and move right along, or do you just want to, what do you guys want to do? What do y'all want to do?
We've got the books, we've got the ball. Magnus is avoiding the cat.
I'm very satisfied with my ball.
You should be.
Jan is eyeing that ball. Like, what is that?
I would like to remind the table that Tad found the ball on a very bad roll.
Yeah.
I know.
I just put
But
it
Pat
back on the
doesn't know
table.
that.
Nope, Tad has no idea. Just putting that one
Jan
back
is
on the table. Though.
suspicious as hell.
Suspicious
Fair.
fool.
Be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Yeah, Tad's just like walking around with this ball, beaming. They're feeling very helpful. They got a good feeling about this ball. It's gonna be real helpful. And the super dangerous dream heist.
Jan's
It's
like,
gonna save us all.
where did you get that ball?
In
why-
Erica's store library. I was looking for like wards or something that would make this all safer for it. And I just saw this little shiny, you see this shiny silvery ball, and I just got this feeling in my gut. It's a good ball.
So you
Tad is a
found a
crow. It's basically the...
yeah. So you found a ball
in a lore library and thought it'd be a good idea to carry it around.
Shiny
Good
basement
find.
ball.
Just, I mean, you can't say no to this ball.
I just get warm, fuzzy feelings off of this featureless silver orb.
Yeah.
It's shiny. I like shiny things.
Does Erica seem like the kind of person that would leave something really dangerous just sitting on a shelf in a locked basement?
A ball. How bad can it be?
To be fair, Erica did say they didn't know what it does.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Erica would remember if it was like super duper dangerous and would melt my brain.
Probably.
I think.
Okay, but
I'm
if it
not
doesn't
gonna
anything,
dodge the ball.
but if it isn't anything sussy, I'm stabbing it. So just so you know.
Ball or tap?
No, then maybe don't ask that. Don't. I would just for flavor like to point out that Vivian is going to go put on her vampire hunting gear.
Absolutely. 100%.
That she hasn't worn since the masquerade.
Excellent.
So it's like full Tomb Raider like belt with a bunch of wooden like silver stakes in it and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't even know if she needs
Nice.
it or not. It's just like I don't care. I'm bringing it with me. So
If you push a stake through pretty much anything's heart, vampire or not, it's gonna die.
it's gonna die. Yeah, that's what she does.
I love it. I imagine if we had the ability, there would be like a suit up montage.
Yeah.
Pulling on the gloves, flipping the coat over. Gonna have a montage. Montage.
It's the full range of differences, right? It's like putting on guns, putting on like the carefully selected like Jian mask, and then like very carefully lint rolling a suit.
Just throwing a ball up in the air.
Yep.
It's like
Aiming a crossbow.
putting in cufflinks. Just like no, the context is like completely wrong.
Petting a cat.
Brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh man. Cocking guns. Counting bullets. Shivering
Let's
your neck.
sniff up. Let's find the stank.
All right. So I'm assuming based on this that everybody is just kind of met up at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At the Daniels house specifically. So you have I'm gonna pull back up like the island map so that we can put some relations down in here. So the house is kind of between North Harbor and North Bank. It's not even in one of the subdivisions or complexes that's popped up. It's off like a little decently long dirt road that leads kind of back up into the forest. I realize I didn't pull you over to this page.
There we go.
Yeah, it's like kind of set back off from the road, maybe like a quarter of a mile down this unpaved driveway. And the house itself is fairly unassuming. It's just like a simple one-story ranch. So obviously like wider than it is tall. Right now, there's only one car in the driveway, like an old beat up Jeep. Straight up Wrangler. It's the car I always associate with places like this.
Mhm.
And as you pull your cars in, I'm going to say you arrive at approximately the same time, just to keep this easy. You hear a dog barking inside, and Vivian, of course, you recognize the dog bark because
Hey.
it's your dog.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm. But you all pull up in your various methods of transportation into this driveway, and I'm assuming that Tad and Jeanne have a weird conversation about the silver ball.
Yep.
And what do you want to do?
Well, let's kind of look at Magnus. I guess we're doing this, huh?
I don't see an alternative.
So you're coming here to get the scent, and then we're going back to my place to do the ritual, or we're doing the ritual here?
I think we're gonna nap at your place.
Okay.
It
that-
seems
Except, wait,
more
didn't you say?
secure.
Wait, can we dream at Vivian's house? This is me, Mandy, asking. Doesn't Vivian have like wards for dreams?
Yes,
Like
but
your nightmares there.
So you're kind of going. No, they had those elsewhere. So with the wards in place, that generally, like the wards in place, affect your just like regular everyday. I am going to sleep. What you're doing is more punching through like the fibers of reality. So you're kind of like circumventing them.
Okay,
So when
I
you
was
put
gonna-
it that way, damn. All right, cool.
It's on purpose instead of by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're not just
also
gonna
the words-
fall in there.
The
Um,
wards are more to prevent things from coming in, from my understanding.
Yeah, it's Vivian's very heightened paranoia around certain aspects of the paranormal.
Because like Magnus can still come into the house. He just has to like walk in through the door.
Right.
It itches if he stays for too long. It's just
That is absolutely.
Guys, I'm being a rash. Can we leave?
All right. Well, that's my 3 hours. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Feels like my teeth are on fire.
Yep.
Excuse me.
I need to go. My gums itch and my ribs feel like they're being pulled apart slowly.
Ideas.
So you're
Just
gonna
like
go
how
in here, get a thing, or get some kind of. What do you like? Literally need to take a piece of clothing with you, or is it a thing?
you
Are
might
you waiting?
measure it sort of. Your metaphysical connection to a thing would be what you consider sentimental value.
Okay. So like something he valued. Okay.
Like a totem or
Yeah.
something.
An object that would represent your indelible id.
But not the granddaughter, because that's a person. So
Yes.
I mean, that would work. It just might be unpleasant.
It would definitely be
Let's not
unpleasant.
bring Carrie into this. She's
There's
had,
no
she's had
possible.
a rough
Yeah.
day.
I'm trying to be very pragmatic. It's not working.
The front door opens and Carrie pops her head out and she's like got it cracked to keep the dog inside. She's like, "Are y'all gonna come in or are you just in the driveway?"
Sorry.
Hi,
Sorry.
It's
Carrie.
okay. Hi.
We
Yeah,
did a
come on
lot.
in.
Magnus is just up the stairs.
Yeah. Rick sent me a text and said y'all were on the way, so I've kind of been watching for you.
Okay, cool. Is he being
Yeah.
good? Is he being good? And I'm just Ashland.
And he just sits and wags his tail now that he stopped barking as soon as he saw that it was you.
Good boy.
No, he's great. Thank you again for letting me borrow him. I really, really appreciate it. He's really made being here a little more comfortable, especially with Grandpa gone.
Oh, good.
Yeah. How are you holding up? Like, not just with the funeral, but also the shattering
gonna
of
be
the
honest.
worldview.
I've been getting pretty drunk since I got home. And there is evidence of that. There is like a half-empty bottle of bourbon on the coffee table in the living
Oh,
room.
her head's gonna hurt in the morning.
There is also a
It
giant
was
like
gonna-
Nalgene bottle next to it to suggest that she's been drinking water.
Okay, good.
Uncle Jack
That's-
Daniels instead. That's
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever you need while you're here, feel free to take a look around. I guess my house is your house for right now.
Yeah, we're just gonna need like an object that had a lot of sentimental value to John.
Mhm.
We need to like we're gonna have to track him sort of when we're in the dream oceans.
Yeah,
know,
I
if
feel
there
like
was
the
anything-
less that I honestly know about all that, the better.
That's fair. We just, yeah, what Tad said, we need to let Magnus lick it. Or however he does it. I'm not sure.
She like blinks her eyes like furiously for a second. Just I don't want to know. Don't
Fair
tell me what you do with it.
Fair enough.
Just if you take something, please tell me that. But
Well, the point is, do you know anything that he really valued?
I think he kept Grandma's wedding ring in a desk next to in a drawer next to his bed on the nightstand.
Perfect.
You could check, and she points like down. So I'm just gonna visualize this because it's pretty. So you came into like a living room. There's like the kitchen off the living room. There's a hallway leading down that has doors presumably leading off to bedrooms. And she like points down to the door at the end of the hallway and is like, yeah, that he was down there. Feel free to poke around, or look. You can look on the bookshelf if you want to. One of Grandpa's violins is over there, and she like points to this case like in the corner that's kind of just looks like it was intentionally placed in a spot that would be safe. Yeah, just whatever you need.
Thanks a lot, Carrie.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
Yes, we'll have a look around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, what do you want to do?
Gian's gonna go look for that ring.
Cool.
Magnus will check the violin that's been set aside.
Okay. So we'll
With
do.
Jan.
You're going with Jan.
I'm gonna stay with Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what's Erica gonna do?
Like, probably just try to keep their eyes on as many people as possible.
Okay.
In case something goes wrong.
I'm laughing because I'm picturing Erica like standing in the space, like at the opening to the hallway, but like still in the living room, just kind of like pacing back and forth, like looking down the hallway, looking back.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just exuding like anxiety and nervous energy.
Yeah. That's Erica.
It's
Oh,
fair.
it's like a babysitter's first day. It's that like.
Yeah. What are they doing? Did they put it in
Yeah.
their mouths? Did they touch it? What is happening? Yeah.
Are these fingers in the plug sockets, kids?
Yep.
Or sit and watch Disney in peace? Like, what do we.
That's brilliant. Ready to spring into action at the first one to fuck something up.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. We need one like that.
We do.
Beautiful. All right, let's start with the bedroom crew, and then we'll circle around. So, Gian and Tad, y'all walk down the hallway. You pass a couple other rooms, bathroom, normal house stuff, and you come up into John's bedroom, and it looks like old person room. I don't feel like I need to explain the exact vibes of. There's like all the furniture is dated. It's all very worn. It would be considered quite out of style. You wouldn't find it at IKEA for sure. And it looks like a bedroom that has not been updated for at least 30 years. You got your dresser, closet. There's a nightstand on either side of the big king bed. One of the nightstands is pretty dusty. It looks like it hasn't been touched in a while. It has a picture of presumably John and a woman that you assume to be his wife. They're both older. The other nightstand is like lightly dusted, as if it had been previously used. And it has like an alarm clock, a lamp, nightstand stuff.
Yeah.
Both of them have drawers.
Yeah. I've checked the drawers of the one with the less dust.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
So you check through the drawers. There is like there are a couple flasks in here in varying stages of emptiness or fullness. There is a Bible. And then there is, a small blue ring box kind of tucked up in the corner in the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the ring box. Just check inside. Make sure
Okay.
there's something in there.
Yes, there are 2 rings in there. There is just simple gold band, and then there is another gold band with a fairly sizable diamond. Like pretty big, actually.
He had some monies.
There is also a small plastic bag in here that looks like it was vacuum sealed. And it looks like there is like a lock of hair inside of it.
Seems
Well, that's
Like-
creepy.
yeah. I like pick it up like this is either something very sentimental, something very creepy, or maybe both.
I'm going to
Yeah,
give you this one. You look from lock of hair to picture on other nightstand. Definitely
Okay.
came from that woman.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, this seems like it would be very sentimental, but would it lead us to John or to his wife?
Maybe Magnus would know.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it with me for now and ask him about that.
Cool.
Maybe-
Yeah, I'll just nod. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Into this. Okay. Are you have anything else you want to look for in here?
Do you wanna do anything, Jan?
Jan will look around and make sure there isn't anything else that seems sentimental.
That sounds like investigate a mystery to me.
Okay.
Let's see. What is that again? Is that
I think
sharp?
it's plus sharp. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got
6.
here? 6.
Could I
Take it-
be
take it.
helping out somehow? Like, 'cause
Not.
I'm also no,
I'm gonna say not
helping-
after the roll.
no.
Yeah, if you're gonna help out, you
Mm.
gotta help out before they roll.
Mm.
So unfortunately, like you just look around this room and I guess you suddenly become aware of like that signature old person smell. You know, that musty, kind of weird, like, oh yeah, that's like nursing home smell. But you don't notice anything inside in this room aside from the nightstands and stuff. You probably consider it rude to dig through his dresser things. So that's what I'm going to give you. But mark experience because you failed.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to the violin team, which I think is just Magnus. So yeah, Magnus, you go over to this corner. It's kind of next to the fireplace, like against two of the walls. There is a music stand over here as well that is kind of folded up and put away. But the violin case itself is just simple black case, hard, like covered in a fabric with a zipper on it.
Well, just like reverentially, probably just like
Mhm.
open the violin case.
Okay. So yeah, you open her up and like I'm assuming like very delicately lay it on the ground, like undo the zipper and flip it up. And yeah, this is a beautiful instrument. I'm assuming with your unique set of knowledge, particularly about what I'm going to consider, like hoity-toity. I was going to do a voice, but I decided against it halfway through. An elegant dinner party, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can tell this is a very high-end violin, like in human money terms, we're like looking at like one of those $20,000 like extremely professional class instrument,
Yeah, like first chair kind of. Yeah.
handcrafted like work of art. And it is, sitting in like a bed of red velvet, and you can see like the bow kind of slid into a pocket on the top of the case. And because it's you, as you open this up, you definitely get that metaphysical stank. You get that like big old, oh yeah, that big old whiff of metaphysical stank. Meta stank.
He just like closes his eyes and like not quite touching it, like runs his hand like down the violin.
Yeah, you this is good. Obviously, so you can't identify for sure like this is John, because you don't have a reference point, right?
Yeah.
Like, but you definitely, whatever this is giving off a strong vibe that you will be able to track. And you have the scent now, so to speak. Half the
Probably
scent.
like probably if anyone was observing, it's like smiling. It's like the dreaming sea is like someone's muse, basically. So he's like feeling music from
Mhm.
this thing, like years of someone. In the same way that when he like eats what's left of a person, it's the like feeling of like, oh, this is nice. Like someone enjoyed having this instrument and making nice things with it.
Yeah, you are like getting a cacophony of like, but somehow all like in a melodic fashion that doesn't sound discordant, like all of the notes that were played on this instrument and imparted this deep sentimental value into it. And it's beautiful.
Very calmly, like close it back up, zip it up, and realizing that like he's still worried about the fiddle will like have a poke around. Like if
Mhm.
you're going to keep your instruments in a place, there's a good chance they'll be together. So it's like maybe it's around here.
So go ahead and roll for investigative mystery.
Ooh, nope. Nope. That's a critical failure.
Yeah. Yep, yes
Oh,
it
no.
is.
What's an instrument?
It's just one on one of the dice, but still.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's not snake eyes. It's still a failure, so mark experience. You just get lost. You're still like, I mean, even with the the meta stank off this thing is so strong that even with it put away, you are still kind of in that moment of this is the life this thing has had.
Oh, he's just like humming the Moonlight Sonata, and there's like a creepy like smirk on his face.
You're just like, I guess,
Just-
looking around the room.
Yeah.
Oh God! All right, so there's got that, and then Vivian was going to talk to Carrie, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, after she greets y'all and lets everybody in, she sits back down on the couch with her bottle and pours herself another one after taking a long like out of the Nalgene.
Okay. Good. Good.
Pours
Good.
herself another drink. The dog comes up and jumps up on the couch next to her and like curls up in a ball and puts its head underneath.
Oh, my buddies. Oh, dogs are good creatures. I know you don't want to know anything. I just have a question for you.
Yeah, I'll try to be as helpful as I can.
It's less helpful for us and more a combination of us trying to be helpful for you, maybe, and also a curiosity.
Well, that makes me way more nervous than when you first started, but keep going.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at the people talking thing. I'm really bad at it. This is awkward for me.
Your words.
I know I'm bad at it. It's serious. If we find your grandfather, is there anything you want us to tell him?
I have not considered that possibility, to be honest with you. Just, I guess, tell him that I miss him and I love him, and I will take care of the house for him, and I guess finally learn to play. He always wanted me to learn how to play, but I never really took an interest in it the way that he wanted me to.
Right. I get that. That's I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried about what we're gonna find there, but I'm hoping we can resolve it in a way that works for everyone.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. I'm still kind of grappling with the fact that any of this is real, but
Also fair.
you know,
Yeah.
that's what God gave us bourbon for.
You are speaking my language, lady, if we didn't have to go do this. Okay. Thank you for giving me something if we do find him. And I think for her, all Vivian can really kind of troll around in her head is if she'd been given this opportunity with Sarah, what would she say?
Yep, that's fair. I like this. This is good. This is fluffy. I'm into it.
Fluffy, but yet depressing. So I feel like that's Vivian's entire
Okay.
like half of her personality and the rest of it is just guns.
I mean, isn't that all of America?
Soft, sad firearms.
Too real. Too real.
Too real. Too close. Too close. Hallie, the player, hates guns. Vivian thinks they're awesome. So.
Alrighty. So all of these things happen concurrently. So Magnus is putting away the violin and now humming and smiling to himself. Vivian is mid-conversation with Carrie, and then Tad and Jeanne are coming out back down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. He's popping out like, Magnus, I got some potential candidates. We got a ring and a lock of hair.
He like comes into the hallway like carrying the violin case, but like it's like half a waltz step, and there's like the Hannibal Lecter like smirk, not like a normal, just like.
You're smiling.
Is that a smile? Are we sure about that?
I mean, it's Magnus.
That's probably the face of death you see before he eats you.
Oh god. That's grim.
No, the Grim is my boss.
Close.
God damn it.
It's legit.
Even Jeanne's nervous, like,
Mm-hmm.
You found something good?
It feels happy. It like catches himself and like goes to hand off the violin to like take the ring.
Oh, hand it to Magnus.
she has to take the violin and just look at it like, are you happy? What?
Yeah. This is happy.
This is happy.
Okay, so yeah, you take the ring box, Magnus, and you like as you know, it's getting handed over to you. You can already feel like the energy of this thing. There's some more meta stank here, but the interesting thing is that you can tell there's a combination of two things happening on this one. One of them is similar to the one on the violin. The other one is a lot weaker, as if it had more time to kind of dissipate, but it is still there.
It's old.
Yes, that would be a good term for it. So,
I'm assuming what the stronger signal matches with the violin.
Yep.
Like, doesn't even open the box. It's just like turning the entire thing around in his hand. Well, I'm gonna guess we're on the right track. He gestures to take the violin case back and is just holding these two things like side by side.
These are my two things.
like weighing them.
These are my two things. I like my things.
It's just like finding the. God, what's the relative strength of the pull?
The half-life of the energy, yeah.
It's a solid plan. Yeah, so you are able to definitely pick up on the polls. This is an effective process.
Going to the Dreaming Sea, so the violin makes sense. But I think he turns to the granddaughter and is like,
Mhm.
like very obviously like takes a sniff like of the box.
Creepy. Yeah, keep going.
Like, it seems like they both cared a great deal.
Yeah, I that's fair to say. You know, Grandpa never really got over when Grandma died. That's about when I came to live with him. He needed someone to help him take care of the house.
And he'll finally like flip open the box and do like the same thing he did to the violin, the like not quite touching it.
She's
Like-
obviously uncomfortable, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Gian pats her shoulder like, I know.
The same, like the same way someone like runs their finger around the top of a wine glass, but like with a.
okay, yeah. So,
So
your
creepy.
impressions get a little more distinct. And yeah, the newer one definitely matches the violin, both in quality and intensity. I'm gonna use and the other older one is definitely less intense and of different qualities. That yeah, there you go.
Well, Magnus, what do you think? What's going to be more useful?
You feel about those two?
This has an old and a new, but we're going to the place of Muse, so I feel like the instrument is going to be better. Yeah.
Can we just take them both?
You know, you could probably just take one. That's Carrie. Just a thought. I mean, if you need both, you can take them, but you're gonna bring them back, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
This is more
They're
just
just
a
to
way to
find him.
Yeah.
It's just like
I have a.
he's looking almost hungrily around the ring. Like,
I have a very
Wanna-
uncomfortable question, Carrie, and then I promise we'll leave.
Okay.
And maybe this isn't a good way to quantify it, but this is the only way that I know how to ask. The ties that your grandfather had to your grandmother and the ties that your grandfather had to music, which one would you say was stronger?
She looks real uncomfortable. You were
Yeah,
right. That is an uncomfortable question.
It's uncomfortable, but she just doesn't know how to ask it any other way.
I hate saying it, but Grandpa really did love to play the fiddle, and after Grandma died, you know, that was really the only thing that he would do. He would go outside and play for, you know, the trees, for lack of a better term. He used to perform all over the place when he was younger, but those days eventually, you know, went behind him, and
Right.
he just found solace in the art, I guess they would say.
Do you ever play for her, with her?
From my understanding, Grandpa wasn't the best husband for most of her life. You know, kind of living that traveling lifestyle, going all over the place. When he wasn't playing, he was a sailor. He calmed down when he quit all that and shaped up later in life, and that's really where I knew him. But no, she was never really part of the music side. I think she honestly resented him for it, and she should have, from what I know.
I think the violin might be our best bet.
I think so too. I'll put the rings back.
Okay.
And yeah. So like,
I think like Magnus will pause a second with like he closes the ring box and like goes over to it and like turns it over and points at like a worn corner or something and it's like he was so nervous the day he asked her he dropped it. And he just like points at the thing and then like very like just puts it in her hands and just starts humming with the violin again. And like
okay, she just takes it.
Gian looks at Magnus like, dude, I love
This
you, but
guy
you're
is
being really
the
creepy.
weirdest.
Yeah, dude, you're being really creepy.
It's
And
like,
that's coming from me.
he thinks he
I think
did a
he's
nice
trying to
thing,
be.
and
He's
that's
trying to
like,
be.
I appreciate it, I guess. I didn't know that. Well, is there anything else that y'all need here?
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
We're gonna
I
try this.
I
Yeah.
do hate to ask again, but do you have any idea what he might have done with the fiddle, the golden fiddle, the special one?
No, I have
No.
no clue.
All right, then yeah, we're done here.
Yeah. Thanks, Carrie.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for doing whatever the hell it is you're doing. Still entirely unclear on that, but
And probably
Thank
best.
you.
Yep.
That's the best.
Take Ashlyn for a walk. He likes the evenings. But just be careful because he will try to chase a raccoon. So
okay. We can do
And,
that. And he
I'll come by with the fiddle later after we're
And-
done,
all settled.
and all
Thumbs
alive
up.
still. Yay!
Hopefully, yay.
Let's go do the
All
right.
thing.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
thank you,
We gotta
Daniel.
follow good vibes.
Like, gives it a bow and just like wanders out.
Yeah, Jan just wanders out too.
Yeah, we'll leave.
Yeah.
I gotta be real, man. The thing with the ring box like gave me goosebumps. Brava for that.
Yeah, that was real
Yeah,
good.
that was
That was real.
That was
That was
good.
real. That was
Some
real
high,
creepy.
high quality role play right
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
All right.
I keep looking at Sheeming like he has an unnerving aura, but no
Have
one
I
ever
been
really.
creepy enough today?
It's
I
like,
bet
He's
my
trying to
creepy
be
quota.
sweet, damn it.
it's like I assume he's unnerving to like this lot have been exposed to him long enough that it's like he's eccentric, whereas to your average person it's like, ooh.
What is
Listen, he may be grumpy and unnerving, but he's still a soft boy. He's a gentle soul.
Aw.
He's our good
So-
boy.
Aw.
He is literally an old soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a gentle one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna.
Oh my
All right.
Let's
Alright.
do this.
Let's do this.
Yep. You headed back to the Beltran house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Getting late.
We're all
Let's do it.
delaying this, and we need to do it. Yep.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
Lang's just like desperately putting on like he's just continually asking Tad to put like classical music on in the van and just like really strange old
I can't get the old cassette out, but I'll put on some Mozart on my phone.
yeah, just put it on the dashboard.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like Viennese waltzes and stuff, and he's just like humming and like tapping his finger on his knee.
Yeah, the phone keeps sliding down onto the floor.
Oh, the best of ghetto rigs. All right. Well, we let's take a quick 5-10
Yeah.
before we jump into the next bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we didn't. Are we going to 2? We still doing 2?
I'm good with that.
Let's
I'm
do
good for
Yeah.
however long.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Let's take a 5 and I'll be back.
Okay.